So let's go to the where, and then I want to get into the how, because that's some nuts and bolts here. And what I want to talk about with the where especially is just being methodical about engaging strategic partners. Because obviously there's other fee for service professionals that can be engaged into this deliverable with the advisor, but you like to think of the advisor as being the quarterback. And I love that. What's interesting, last week I talked to an advisor who was talking about what he referred to as centers of influence. And that's jargon in the industry. And I said, and this is semantics for some people, but I just said, if you had a client listening into that and you were referring to an attorney as a center of influence, that kind of implies that you have this relationship with this person just to generate referrals. I'd much rather you professionalize this as you developing a vast network of other professionals that you're engaging into your process. And VAST is an acronym. VAST is value-added support team. So to be perceived and positioned as the quarterback or the CFO, the complete family office, the words matter and the way that you engage these professionals, because a lot of these other professionals are not entrepreneurial. They're very strong technically with their core competency, but in terms of relationship management and things like this, that's not necessarily their forte. So can I get a few insights, if you don't mind, on on how you think of that and how you engage these strategic partners?
Sure. I think that concept of the quarterback in my mind is really a resonant one, because I think all of these other players are critically important. The estate is not going to transfer if you don't have an estate plan, if you haven't thought about your tax planning, if you're not, there's philanthropic advising that becomes important strategically for the work that you're doing. So all of those things are important components. But if they're not integrated, you're losing a significant opportunity to not integrate them and work as a team and to present a sort of coherent, connected approach to the family. And you being the one who really is coordinating that, it reinforces your role as the trusted advisor. And quite frankly, when I talk to families, their financial advisors are the ones they're talking to the most. They talk to more frequently than for example, the estate attorney. Perhaps they're talking to the financial or the planner. They'll talk to them a few times a year, maybe, or sometimes annually. But typically, the financial advisor is the one they're talking to on a more regular basis. They've got really a better sense of where their areas of concern are, where their areas of hope are, what they're trying to accomplish. And they really are in, I think, a unique role to knit this team together and to present a strong front for the family. And again, when you start integrating with that next generation, you want to have these players lined up, working, really have a sort of well-oiled machine that you're moving ahead with, so that, again, you are in that role of the coordinator and the trusted advisor, keeping this thing going to meet the needs of the family.